food now. And today we're in the kitchen. We're having a kitchen disco with Sophie Ellis-Bextor and her husband, Richard Jones. It's so nice. This is so nice having you both here. And what's lovely is that in this book here that is out today, you've put loads of lovely, real family recipes inside here, things that you actually cook within your own home.
Yeah, all stuff we do all the time, and not just our recipes, but like Richard's dad, my brother, my sister, our kids, loads of us have contributed.
Well, your dad cooked at the Cafe Royal.
That's right, yeah. So I grew up with a father as a chef in the kitchen, working with him sometimes, doing the washing up.
But he had sort of signature stuff.
Yeah, like he had great stories from the 60s because he did his training in the Cafe Royal and he served the Beatles at an after-show party, a baked Vesuvius, and the Cray twins used to come and eat out the back. They used to have boxing matches out the back there.
Oh, my God.
And I expect they got whatever they wanted.
I think they did.
What about Sir Roger Moore?
So Roger Moore came in, he was on the charcoal grill one day and he ordered a sirloin steak, rare, peppercorn sauce, with fries. So we put that in the book.
Yeah.
Good choice, Sir Roger.
Classic.
Yeah.
And this recipe is special because it's something you do on your birthdays, because your birthdays are so close together.
That's right,
That's
yes.
right.
So we're born 4 days apart.
I'm the older man.
Yes.
By 4 days.
And so we love having loads of mates round, and we do a big feast. So this is pulled pork tacos, which is one of those things that can feed tons of people.
Well, the kitchen disco was such fun during lockdown. And you did that with the kids as well, which is always lovely when everyone's involved.
Well, yes, and obviously during lockdown we had no choice. That was literally
there was a lot of
the
cooking,
only way to have it.
a lot of music, a lot of cooking.
Exactly.
Well, let's do a lot of cooking now.
So,
get on with it, yeah.
so start off with the pork the day before. So we create a rub with some paprika here, got some orange zest, there's some salt, coriander seeds. And you want to kind of leave this in the fridge overnight, ideally. So just mix that together and then just give it a good rub.
Rub it all in. And you've scored that skin by the looks of it.
Yeah, scored the skin. It's about 4 kilo shoulder of pork.
OK.
And then just get that all there, and then just stick it in the fridge, but leave it uncovered, because that will help the skin crackle up nicely.
It's meant to be quite dry, isn't it? I remember somebody saying that before.
Exactly,
That's what we want.
Get the moisture out.
So the next morning, I recommend, because you can pretty much cook pork as long as you like, is the great thing. But for the slow-cooked pork, if you keep the temperature down. So stick the oven on full when you're ready in the morning, and then we get all of our aromats in. So these are going to give it that lovely Mexican flavouring. So we've got some orange juice, and just pour that in there. Some garlic, some chilies, bay leaves, some lime, a bit of red wine vinegar, and then just a bit of olive oil over the top. Like that. And then we stick this in the oven, which is all warmed up to full temperature.
So hot, hot, hot. Is that
hot,
the crackling?
Hot. Just to help the skin crisp up. And then turn it down to 160. Leave it for about 4 hours, occasionally basting, if you feel it needs it. After 4 hours, turn it down to 140. And then do another 2 hours.
Really?
About 6 hours, yeah.
Oh, right,
But you can do longer, honestly. Once it's at 140, you can just leave it until you're ready.
Until you're
We
ready
once
to have
did
it.
it
So that's
like
it.
12 hours.
Well, I've done it overnight before.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
really
fine.
fun.
Yeah.
Did you
Wake up
forget
in
it?
the morning. Like...
Did I
Forget it was in there.
The smell is so incredible.
Yeah, you can't forget because the house starts smelling incredible. Yeah.
And then what are you getting on with the...
So I'm doing the lovely red pickled onions, which you've got
I know, the colour of them.
They're like the most amazing alchemy because you don't really have to do very much at all. They're just going to go that incredible colour and taste great. So you put in, you've got your red wine vinegar. Sorry, it's okay. Red wine vinegar.
I can't eat crackling
bit
quietly.
of sugar and salt, some cumin seeds.
Shouldn't be able to.
What's that?
Be noisy.
I suddenly realise you're talking and I'm eating crackling. And I'm like,
I can hear it from here.
It's like someone walking up a gravel path.
That's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, it's so good though.
Yeah. So with this, you kind of give it a little bit.
Squeeze of lemon.
So it's almost like pickling
Get
it.
it on my pajamas.
Sorry. It is pickling. That's literally what it is.
Exactly.
And you see a lot of this now, these pickled red onions in supermarkets and things, but you can see how easy it is to make.
Yeah.
It's just a few ingredients. And we always have a jar of it like this in our fridge.
Yeah.
Last fridge.
I literally stick it on scrambled eggs lasts for a week or so. Well, it doesn't last long in our fridge.
No.
2 or 3 days.
Theoretically, it can last.
It just gives that sort of kind of sharpness that cuts through the meat or anything else you're eating. Bit of hot sauce.
And then the other thing I'm doing is a rainbow slaw, which you've got in a little bowl there. So I'm doing red cabbage and white cabbage just because then you get the lovely colours. And you put it with this roasted vegetable. So it's nice, you're kind of combining a bit of the warm, smoky flavours and then that crunch. So in here I've got sweet potatoes and broccoli and some roasted garlic. And it's all been mixed with some cumin, some sweet paprika. Roast that in the oven and then you can mix it all together with the cabbage. and with some feta cheese and a dressing that's got maple syrup and lime juice. And
Oh, yums. That
Perfect
sort of
Mexican
lime
flavours.
goes all the way through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Really easy. And you can have that cold or hot, actually. As well.
And it's yours a cooking family, you know, sort of
Yes.
into all of that as well.
6 hours has gone by. Look, can you believe it? It's arrived.
That's the speed. Yeah,
I'll
everybody
start
in our
pulling
house
this apart.
cooks. We all get quite excited about eating. It's the sort of family where we'll be planning our next meal while we're eating the current one. My mum cooks. Actually, she does a good 24-hour pork. There you go. It's the longest.
Does she?
Does she?
Yeah, it's delicious.
But we love this kind of feasting because you can just lay it out on the table, and we normally will have a guacamole and a salsa and a sweet corn, street corn, and just put it out, and then everyone can just make their own little tacos.
And tuck in.
Yeah.
So this is probably quite key, isn't it, what you're doing here? So you take the crackling off.
There's that crackling.
Yeah.
Listen to
Amazing.
that.
So we take this off here. Maybe Sophie can have a
Want me to do
little
that?
go with that. And then this pork, because it's been cooking for so long, it just starts to shred apart.
They're almost like what you do with duck.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
And if you're lucky and get some leftovers, which doesn't always happen, then you can use it next day for loads of sandwiches.
That's amazing crackling that you've got there, because it's got the crunch of normal crackling, or the crackling that you want, but at the same time, it's also almost like a sticky crackling. I mean, that's if you weren't careful, that would suck your fillings out.
Bit of extra jeopardy with your crackling. Yeah, I mean, I think because you've got the orange juice and things like that, you've got that sweetness, it, you know, caramelizes, you've got all the extra flavours, and then you can go as hot as you like with the sauce.
Yeah, and it's all...
I know, my first mouthful of that was straight in with the hot sauce. Nearly took my head off, but...
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I put a bit much
Richard
on.
did that. Was a bit
I love
liberal.
hot sauce.
Yeah.
But it's all optional. That's the fun of it.
Have it how you like it.
Our kids obviously won't eat anything spicy, so we've got a chapter in the book which is for hot sauce add-ins, because I love spice, but as you know, kids, they don't want any. So if you put a tiny bit in, it's not spicy enough for us, but they won't eat it.
That
Build
so
that for us. I love the fact that we've also got a bit of booze.
Oh, you've got margaritas.
Yeah.
You can't have a party without a
essential?
margarita.
I think so, yeah. And also for us, it's quite nice because this is our first ever time we've cooked together on Danny's side.
You've done very well.
Knowing there's a margarita at the end of it for us is a nice...
Cheers to your book.
Thanks for
Thank you for coming
your
into
this
our
morning
kitchen.
debut.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you both.
Here's the book,
and salads on
Recipes
there.
from the Kitchen Disco. This is Sophie and Richard's Love Food. And it's a beauty. That's really lovely, guys. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thanks. No, thanks for
you.
having
Well
us.
done. That was very successful. Happy with the way it went?
Yeah.
I think so.
Look at that pork, come on.
Well, for details of today's recipe and more delicious ideas from our chefs, download the free This Morning app.